So a question comes up often around playing time and why you may not be getting as much playing time as you feel you deserve. And there are a lot of possible answers that we can give to this. Most players, when they ask this question, are looking for some sort of like mental technique or sort of trick to get themselves into more playing time. And the honest answer, okay, and as far as I can see, there's only one. The honest answer to why you're not getting playing time is because your coach doesn't view you as the best option at that position to win games. That's it. Whether or not you feel you're the best at that position, whether or not your parents and your friends feel you're the best at that position, kind of irrelevant. Your coach has to be the one to think, okay, I have to play this player at this position for us to win more games. It has to be an obvious, clear choice. And if it's not, then you've got to get to work making yourself that clear and obvious choice. I understand that it's frustrating, and I spent years of my career getting frustrated, not understanding why the coach was like prioritizing other players over me, and I work so much harder and I feel like I have more skill, and all of those feelings and thoughts, true or not, are irrelevant to the fact that your coach still sees those other players as ahead of you. So the only approach here, and I know that this is frustrating, this is a little bit of tough love, I know. The only approach here is to lay our egos down and to look objectively at, and this requires some honesty. You've got to look at things that are uncomfortable to look at. Look at the players ahead of you and ask yourself, what are they doing better than me? What are, well, you could frame it in this way, and this is a really powerful way to actually ask questions to yourself, and I'll explain why in a moment, but frame it in such a way, what am I doing that is robbing me of playing time? Okay, that's a powerful question, and it actually is a mental framework from Charlie Munger, who is Warren Buffett's investment partner at Berkshire Hathaway. So Charlie Munger calls this reverse thinking. And the reason reverse thinking is so powerful is because evolutionarily, our brains are wired to hunt out threats in the environment. This is what kept us alive. And so we're much better actually at spotting problems than we are at finding solutions to those problems. And so taking advantage of this, you could, once again, state that question. What am I doing that's robbing me of playing time? Or you could use whatever words you want, but state it in such a way that you find the issues, the problems that are keeping you from getting the playing time that you want. So how else could we say this? We could say, what could I do to make sure that I stay on the bench during games? And just make a list, okay? You will find inevitably a few things that you're actually doing on the court. And then we can clearly see, rather than getting frustrated and sort of, you know, I spent so many years just grumbling to myself in my mind, why is my coach so stupid? I deserve to be out there. And all of these things, it's not helpful. Truthful or not, it's not helpful. So once we lay the ego down and we just look clearly at the situation, what am I doing? Or how could I make sure that my coach doesn't put me in? How could I make sure that other players get the playing time that I feel is meant for me? What could I do? Make that list, notice the things that you're actually doing, and then begin attacking those deficiencies. This is a productive approach, rather than getting frustrated and creating some friction actually between you and your teammates, you and your coach. Just get to work making yourself the obvious first choice at your position. That's how you're going to get yourself on the floor and get the playing time and the touches and the plays called and so on and so forth that you deserve for all of your hard work. I know what it's like to work that hard and to commit yourself so deeply to the game and not have that embraced by your coach and acknowledged by your coach and teammates. Trust me, it's something that it was like my deepest pain for years and years and years in my high school career. And if I had just looked objectively and said, okay, coach doesn't see me as the first option on this team. that was the situation that I was in. I was like the second option on our team. And I was getting playing time, but I wasn't getting the touches and the plays called, and I wasn't getting the like recognition for my work that I felt I deserved. And so rather than just grumbling in my mind, I wish I had taken this advice and thought, okay, how could I make sure that I remain the second option? Well, I could continue paying less attention to defense. I wasn't paying enough attention to defense. I could continue not putting effort in on the defensive and offensive boards. Things of this nature, really simple, but once you identify them and actually see clearly in your mind, oh, here's all of the things that I'm not doing, you can get to work actually doing them, rather than getting frustrated and thinking to yourself, why is this not happening yet? So I think that this will be a more effective approach for you. And it's actually going to solve the problem rather than making it either worse or keeping yourself frozen in that standstill state where you're still not getting playing time. You don't know why. Just look at it clearly and objectively. It can be hard to look at, but once you've looked at it, you can begin attacking the deficiencies with accuracy. Okay? I hope that helped you out. I know it's frustrating. We're here for you. Reach out if you need anything at all. If you're a Deep Game member, reach out in the forum. I know this sucks, but you can do this, okay? I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care. Hey, it's Taylor. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And if you did, the best thing to do right now while it's fresh in your mind is to head over to deepgame.com and join us in our free masterclass. Now, this is where you'll learn all 8 laws of the deep game and all of the fundamentals that you need to know about the part of basketball that's played with the mind. We've had players call this the best hour of basketball learning of their lives, and it's completely free right now. So head over to deepgame.com to join us, and I will see you there.